Folks, we have some breaking news right now. There has been a major development. We are listening now to Chief Charles Moose announcing that there is, in fact, a link between the Fredericksburg case and the cases,
the daytime
the
shootings.
DC case, that is, and the cases in Montgomery County. Let's listen.
Certainly, again, that is very disturbing. Gives us a wider window to work with, a higher degree of recklessness by these suspects. But again, we will work closely with MPD. We will maintain the lead on these situations. But again, very blessed to have the expertise that MPD brings to this situation and are very comfortable with that relationship. We had an earlier request with regards to numbers on the hotline. We're now up to over 500 leads that have come in through that hotline, 240-777-2600. Again, I want to say thank you to all of the people that have participated in that. It's proven to be very helpful. We encourage people to continue to process this information, continue to help us. Obviously now, as we've expanded into the district, there may be other people. Certainly you're comfortable calling people in the district from MPD that you normally work with, but also want to encourage people in the district that were in the area of this tragedy to also call the hotline number in Montgomery County. We will be working this jointly, and we will be reaching out to all of those people. Again, briefings tomorrow at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 5 p.m., and 9 p.m. At this point, we'll take questions.
Is there anything new in Fredericksburg?
At this point, I am not in a position to make any comments about the situation in Fredericksburg. I will ask Special Agent Bouchard if he would like to comment, because he has people on the ground there that are actively involved in some critical components of that investigation.
Thanks, Chief. We have agents working with the Spotsylvania Sheriff's Department, Virginia State Police, and some other agencies. And what they're doing now is collecting evidence from that scene, the victim, and her vehicle, and we'll look at that closely tomorrow to see if we can compare any evidence from that shooting to any of the ones that occurred in the district or in Montgomery County.
Have they gotten any leads or any information from the victim in that Fredericksburg shooting?
Not that I'm aware of, ma'am.
So 223 shell casing found there?
I can't say what was found there. I'm sorry.
Is the ballistics testing, is it a slow and methodical process in order to come up with the answers you provided us?
Yes, it is. Once a projectile is fired and it hits something, it becomes distorted, so they have to take a look at it closely under a microscope, look at it from different angles, and try and compare it with the other ones from other shootings.
Sir, will you, if you ever recover a weapon, will you be able to test fire that weapon, compare the ballistics of the round from that test firing to the rounds that you've recovered in these crimes, and be able to positively say that gun fired those rounds?
That would be our goal. It all depends on what we come up with, but our goal would be to do that.
Two other Montgomery shootings are still under review then?
Yes, sir. They're still under. The other ones are still under review.
Because condition of the bullets, or why are those some of those shootings were before the shootings that you have conclusive evidence on?
In some cases, the condition of the projectiles is not as good as they were in some of the other ones. So we looked at the ones that were in the best condition first.
You have been listening to authorities in Montgomery County announcing a link between the shooting last night in D.C. and the series of shootings that happened in Montgomery County yesterday. We now have a sixth victim of this sniper, a 72-year-old man, his name Pascal Charlotte. He's a Haitian immigrant. He was crossing Georgia Avenue last night when he was shot.
Of course, that crime scene is just a block south of the D.C. line. Mr. Charlotte lived in the 9th Street in Northwest. A lot of similarities in that crime, and now we can see why, because it is linked. No one heard the shot. There were no witnesses at the time. 72-year-old man who was obviously a very vulnerable person out doing what a lot of people were doing, probably at 9:15 last night. outside walking around.
Investigators continue to look for information. We have that hotline. We'll give it to you again in our newscast. So if you have any information in this case, you are urged to contact authorities. We'll be right back with much more.